So we're on our way out to my brother's and kind of looking up at the hills and back in the distance over there. And I know you can't see, but it's really burnt. And it did up here too on top. But the reason these fields are so dry and barren is a lot of people, not these people, of course, they're growing alfalfa, but some of these people, they haven't been watered because the gas, the gas prices or diesel and stuff is so high, or electricity, they don't, want to run their pumps. So a lot of stuff is just dry. I mean, we got some good stuff on this side because it's got irrigation over there, but on this other side there's not. So on the other side of the road there's no irrigation rights. So it's sagebrush and a lot of dry brush. And I mean, they bring the cattle up here. I can see up there that it burnt. But they used to bring cattle up here and turn them loose and let them eat just the cheatgrass in the summer, and I don't think anybody does that anymore. But anyway, we're headed up there to take a look at his place. Good morning, everyone. It's been a few days since the fire up at my brother's house. Yeah, it's awful. I mean, his house and his barns and everything are fine because he had a great fire line up there. Last year was fine with him, and he had no fires up there. But the year before, same thing, fighting fires. And we've never had, since 2013, it seems like every year we get this cat. She's always rubbing on me. Anyway, since 2013, it seems like, since 2013, every year we have to fight these fires. I mean, it's like July and August is smoke filled. We never get to enjoy, just a nice, great, month of summer where we can go out and enjoy the sunshine. It's just always smoky, and we're always smelling smoke. And anybody that works out in this has to, deal with that. And it's really hard. And we just don't understand it. We don't understand why all these fires. I mean, it's kind of just, maybe it's a conspiracy, but somebody's setting these on purpose. And my brother, he lives on a mountain, and he said that he's been there 43 years, this ranch that burnt, he's been there 43 years, and he just the last few years is the only time he's ever had to deal with fires up there. So it's kind of strange. Anyway, I just want you to know that I'm enjoying my this farm wife's hat. It's my favorite, and just a shout out to Meredith and her family. And we're really praying for a really good crop for her. That's devastating when you have to depend on the elements, and rain and so forth to get a good crop. Here, I've got irrigation rights, so my land is not nearly as big as hers and theirs, but we depend on the irrigation to water ours, so we're fortunate. My brother, he doesn't have irrigation rights up there either, and so that's why it's so dry, and he can't grow pasture. I mean, here in Washington State, the strict laws, you can farm or water out of your domestic water. If you don't have groundwater rights, you can only water a half acre, so he has to deal with that. But there is grass that grows up there in the spring, and so he turns the cattle out on it, and they still had some. Sorry, I kind of sound stuffy. But anyway, that's what he depends on to it lasts him into the summer. But now his pastures are all burnt, and he's got to start feeding hay already. And the fire trucks come in, and they cut all of his, a bunch of his wires to get the dozers in and stuff. And so a lot of his rock cribs are burnt, and he's 81. And so he says, I just don't have it in me to go out and do it, to go out and fix them. And so he's called me the other day talking about taking all of his cows in and selling them. So I'll kind of keep you posted about that. I plan on running up there and taking a look, and I'll just give you a bird's eye view now that the smoke's cleared and a little bit, so you can get a better idea what happened. But we're just, what's the Bible say? We're cast down on every side, but not forsaken. So we know we're not forsaken. We know God's got us, and that's what we depend on. Man, my garden's sparse. My potatoes are doing great this year. These beans, man, they're really struggling, and I just don't know if it was the extreme winds that we had or what. But anyway, I got these starts right here. This is a blackberry bush, and then I have one out here which is doing really sucky. And this one right here is doing great. I planted in a planter because I thought, well, maybe a good soil will help it, but this one's doing good. I had 5. You can see my tomatoes are kind of starting to come. It's been just extreme, the weather. I mean, it was windy, and then all of a sudden it was just this 100-degree weather. So it's been really funky. This corn, I planted that like a month later, and it's doing better out there. I mean, it's just got to be the soil in here. But anyway, I was going to say, I had pulled up 2 of these, 2 of these stems out of the ground, and thought, well, maybe, I can bring it back, by putting it in some water and hoping that the roots would come back. And my granddaughter came over and thought she would just dump the water out, and and throw those sticks out. So she did that. I've come out here and I was like, what the heck? So I was not very happy about that. Needless to say, she is always into everything. But anyway, I told her mom, and she was like, oh my goodness, Adea, what are you doing now? So, but anyway, my garden's pretty sparse this year, but I'm going to probably get plenty of hopefully the potatoes. But anyway, about our group, I shouldn't say our group, about our family, about our farm and ranch. I have 5 sons, and the oldest one I think is 48. Sorry, he was born in 75. Or no, yeah, 75. And then the next one was born in 76. So we are a family of, I have a family of 5 sons, and then I have some some daughter-in-laws, and a bunch of grandkids. So the boys help with the farm, so do the girls. But anyway, that's kind of a little bit of, so if I've got different sons on here, it's because I have so many. One son, he lives in town with his family, and he doesn't have anything to do with the farm, but for the majority of us, we're all out here working and growing gardens, growing cattle, just because of the hard times, And so, and here's my onions, and they didn't do nothing. Well, I mean, they're doing better, but these have not produced anything. I'm just so sad. This is my 3rd year of these, 3rd year of the strawberries, and I've got nothing. So they're coming out, and so the kids help me. The grandkids, they help me plant all these, and so yeah, they help me plant all this stuff. And these my grandson grew from seeds, and so I'm excited for him. Of course, they don't come out and water them. Grandma does, but anyway, these are some peas that one of the Mia did, and so she, she's been growing, but she hasn't been out weeding and she hasn't been out watering, so they're not looking great. So I've got so much loose hay around here. I'm going to come out and give these cows a little bit of it, and we'll call them up. They like it. I mean, they're out there on green grass. There's a lot of green grass out there, but there's 5, and so maybe it'll take the pressure off the pasture and it'll stay a little longer. I like to get a little bit of this in here before I call them up. Because that way I'm not trying to put it in around a bunch of heads. Hopefully they don't hear me, and come up. But I think they are. I think they're hearing me because complained earlier that I was putting his hay in because, you know, it's loose and I don't want to have to try and cover it. And then it gives them takes a little bit of pressure off the pasture. But I'm glad you got both lines going, you know. Can you shoot out there? Wooga! Wooga! Come on! That cattle calls, you know, that cattle calls from one of Lawrence's on his farm life. Boy, they sure come. Yeah, he's sure leaving her alone. The white one, we think she got bred, so he was following her all over, and then he just stopped. Wonder where the little kid is that goes to. Silly kids. The wind blew down this huge branch. I mean, it's been down for a while, but I couldn't believe it busted off. I mean, they came in here with a telehandler and cut most of everything that was dead down. They cut this one nearly down to nothing. I guess it's got a few leaves on the top of it, but they cut that down to nearly nothing and got a bunch of the branches down that were hanging down. And this one right here had one that came way down, and so man, it opened up that whole area when they cut that one down. Here's that mama kitty that wants to be under my feet all the time. There you go. Why? What are you doing over here, dude? I mean, what's your reasoning? Let's see if he's got any water. Yeah, there's some water. Guess we'll have to turn on the fencer. You're gonna be the first one to go. I mean, you know. But they're all calling for him. Okay, man, you can really see it now. I mean, it just burned all across this mountain, but wow. Burnt right up to that house. That house up here on the hill, that one right there, I sold that house to those people. I don't know if they still live there or not, but anyway, I sold it to them a few years ago. They were from Texas, but it's way up on the mountain there, a manufactured home. In fact, I mean, I could hardly turn my truck around. It was so small up there. I don't know why those people wanted up there, but anyway. And then this little piece of land right here where this house is going in, I sold that too. So, but you can see back there, oh my gosh, it's just, you know, really burnt. So here we're starting up the hill. Pretty soon you'll be able to see my brother's place back there. It's a pretty big ranch.
But up where Uncle Dan's is probably burnt.
It is burnt, honey.
Oh, I see its big red shed.
Barn. So there's his ranch way up there on that hill. So it's really beautiful up there, but he told me it looks like a moonscape below, you know, where he's just said, I feel like a lily pad out here. He goes, and everything's dark around me, and then I've got this green lawn, but thankfully to God, his house didn't burn, or barns or anything. And the cattle. It really swept across there. What was funny to me was the night before we were out here, and it had died down. It was way over there behind that hill, behind that mountain. You could kind of see an orange hue, but it had died down. And then all of a sudden, you know, so when we left, there wasn't even any firefighters out here. Even the fire department had left. Okay, man, you can really see it now. I mean, it just burned all across this mountain, but wow. Burnt right up to that house. That house up here on the hill, that one right there, I sold that house to those people. I don't know if they still live there or not, but anyway, I sold it to them a few years ago. They were from Texas, but it's way up on the mountain there, a manufactured home. In fact, I mean, I could hardly turn my truck around. It was so small up there. I don't know why those people wanted up there, but anyway. And then this little piece of land right here where this house is going in, I sold that too. So, but you can see back there, oh my gosh, it's just, you know, really burnt. So here we're starting up the hill. Pretty soon you'll be able to see my brother's place back there. It's a pretty big ranch.
But up where Uncle Dan's is probably burnt.
It is burnt, honey.
Oh, I see its big red shed.
Barn. So there's his ranch way up there on that hill. So it's really beautiful up there, but he told me it looks like a moonscape below, you know, where he's just said, I feel like a lily pad out here. He goes, and everything's dark around me, and then I've got this green lawn, but thankfully to God, his house didn't burn, or barns or anything. And the cattle. It really swept across there. What was funny to me was the night before we were out here, and it had died down. It was way over there behind that hill, behind that mountain. You could kind of see an orange hue, but it had died down. And then all of a sudden, you know, so when we left, there wasn't even any firefighters out here. Even the fire department had left. So anyway, I don't know if you can see over there. It's really hard to see for me. But anyway, they made the dozer went over that hill. I mean, that had to be really eerie. I mean, I'm a girl, but I mean, that's had to be scary. to go over that hill. And then they dozed a path over here to a fire line. But look at this. I mean, now you can really see it without the smoke. It just wiped out everything. It's just amazing that house is fine. But they cut a bunch of his fences, and he was talking about selling his cows now. So, if you will, I don't know. I mean, we just had him bred, so. And then today he was saying he was going to fix the fences, so I don't know what he's planning to do. Made a fur drive right there too. Yeah, all pastures burn, honey. Not nary a scrub of grass left. I was thinking, man, the things that are so ravaging are fire and water.
I can't wait to see it.
He must sit back right in there. Oh.
Stack right here, yeah, just throw it out. You don't need to stack it.
Boy, that's nice,
I'm
hey?
gonna stack it because the strings aren't super tight, so I don't want to toss it too much.
Is that the big one?
Don't touch that wire over there, honey. It's gonna shock.
Hey guys.
Big and fat, yeah. You're lazy. That's what happens when you're real lazy and all you do is eat.
I think it's this one. Yeah, that's so big. Hey.
He's probably scared.
She.
Is
Yeah, that one's
boy?
no, that's a girl. They're all girls. They're all heifers. I wish she'd get up. She's enormous. I mean, she is so big. Man. Yeah, get up. Let's see how big you are. Come on.
I'll set my phone down somewhere.
Really?
Yeah?
Maybe it's with your gun. Look how big this cow is.
Oh my
I mean, she's so huge.
Your phone with you?
What?
Have you got your phone with you?
Yeah. You are fat too. These guys are all so huge. I don't know if you can see it in film or not, but oh my gosh, they're so fat. You're hurting. For winter, that's for sure. Yeah, it's probably too close up to get really a good picture. Down here, there's rattlers all over down here, so we gotta be really careful. But that was supposed to be his garden space out here, and this is his greenhouse. And down there in the barn is the barn, and it's got chicken coops and stuff. It's really, really beautiful chicken coops. Kind of keeping an eye out for snakes. This is one fancy chicken coop, I'll tell you that. It's got a roost there that goes up, and you can lift it up and tie it to the ceiling so you can clean. It's really nice. He's got all those over there that they lay in. They're nesting boxes. And here's their big pen. They look like mine. All molting and my brother is 81 years old and he builds. He loves it. There's that fat cow. I mean, oh my gosh, she's huge. Just huge. You're real friendly. Hey, don't be fogging up the mirror. Or the lens. Look how big she is. Oh my goodness. She's enormous. Would you quit? Huh?
It's electronically credited to me. Here's an example.
Well, there's all the fatsos. There's the biggest one way over there. I mean, these guys, look at her, even that big red one, man. I mean, she looks like a bull. She's just so fat.
Yeah.
This one, laying down here, this red one. But I still think that other one over there, that big black one, oh my goodness, she's huge. But anyway, they were all safe from the fire because we got them up here the night before when all of this wasn't burned. We got them up here and made sure that they were up here in the corral. So, yeah.
See the end wall down there? Right at the plywood joints, all of that. And then this, they made me do, what was it? Oh, look at the upper.
Man, girl, you are enormous. You are just so huge. And you're a nuisance. Oh my goodness, quit. You got to be Levon's because you're a nuisance. Quit. Quit. She's so fat. She goes, I am so fat I can hardly breathe.
You want to see something? Maybe give me some advice. This is how I built.
Yeah.
This is strong building. See, it's got 5/8 plywood proceeded. And then it's far apart. And then
You are fat, girl. Oops, stepped in a hole. I think that's where he keeps the new calves when he gets bottle calves. I just can't get over how huge she is. I know it doesn't show it really good here, but oh my gosh, she's big. Oops. I mean, look at how enormous she is. Oh my goodness. She can't even hardly walk. She's so big. She's still gonna have a baby too, but not for a long time.
She probably pooped.